Well, we got shipping done. A stop by the post office. Now let's go to an estate sale. I stole the kid's car. It's a nice day to ride with the top down, even if my bald head's gonna get burnt. Up next, what can we find in an estate sale? Lost the microphone. Don't get the sound again. Sorry about that.
Okay, I have my shirt inside out. So like these whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a little less. Let's try it out.
It'll be, yeah, 35. That's always good.
Hello.
Hello. Okay.
It's the other side.
Okay. No, unless that's the cord there.
Here it is. Let me see, what does it say? I guess we need to ask the owner if it works.
But you'd have to look at it. I don't know anything about it.
Well, he'll come back and try it. And just find him.
Okay, here's the lady.
Do you know if it works or not?
We don't. I mean, you're welcome to plug it up and see, but we don't.
Okay. What would you want for the little circuit thing there? The plug?
Oh, this right here?
Yeah.
2.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll
Okay, this is an outfit. Yeah. That's handy. I bet I know who gets the beer. No, don't I?
plug that in.
Okay. Here's your card back. And do you want a receipt?
Yeah, and they do just card for me, don't they?
Oh, I think, is this your number?
Can
You want me to text it to you?
I just put this back there? So.
Oh, yeah. You still shopping?
Oh yeah, yeah. sorry, it's kind of heavy. Thank you.
And we also got a shed in the back, there's a door back there.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. How's it going, man?
All right, how you?
Oh, not too bad. If the rain will hold off. Anybody know anything about $32 Samsung, $65. It's probably not a bad deal.
Do you know if that Sony remote goes with anything?
I haven't seen anything Sony in the whole house.
Okay, I'm gonna go and look because if it goes with like something else, I probably won't sell just the Sony remote. The
Okay.
Panasonic remote
It goes with it.
Yeah.
No,
I just want to make sure.
I haven't looked in the living room yet, but there's
Okay.
nothing Sony in the whole house. So.
Okay, I just wanted to do a quick look to make sure. I'm so sorry.
People buy stuff without the damn Sony remote. Here's my favorite shoes, Merrell. I got Merrell sandals on. Those are gone though. That woman trying to shank me out of some money. What's up with that? Popcorn maker, rabbit corkscrew. Some calculators are good, but I don't buy them at $10. Sometimes if you're looking here, you can find good stuff. Nope, no Sony in the whole house. That's good for me. I had one of them desks. They are heavy as a lead brick. That was a DMR 48 Easy Panasonic. That was a DVD recorder for 15 bucks with the remote. I should get 150, 160, 170, somewhere in there. That's a good one. Any of them that are DVD recorders, that's the ones you really want to watch out for. Even if you don't sell VCRs as much as I do, that's one you can pick up and make a lot of money on. This is actually the estate sale running a rental clean out, so we'll see what we can find here. Not expecting much. John from Nevermore Antiques. This portion of the video is sponsored by you. Can you tell a difference from the GoPro to the GX7 now that I've switched cameras? The rest of the video will be with the GX7. Here's the fun recap. This is the next day because yesterday I got home and had to go babysitting, so I didn't have time to finish this video. Picked up these two guys. They were in the, you can see me pick them up in the video box. Each one of them is worth it. They've sold used for $60. Discs are in nice shape. I paid $3 a piece for them. The little phone turned out to be a iPhone 4. It's an 8 GB. It's about 20 bucks. I only paid $3. Just so, I always picked them up, but I like cameras. I got stupid phones laying around here. The lady gave me a hard time about this remote. Hey, can't y'all see I'm trying to video here? It was $1. I always buy remotes. I'll tell you a story about the VCR I sold yesterday in just a minute about a remote, but it was $1. Nothing in the house was Sony. I looked around twice, so did she. The DVD recorder here, that's Harry Potter. I'm still watching that. I've never seen Harry Potter. I was testing with it. It's a Panasonic DMR-EZ48V. See if I can get it down here where you can see it. I don't know if it'll focus or not. The things you look for, it's got to say recording on it. This one is nice as a digital tuner. That's the little quick dub. You can mash it either way. And if you want to copy a VHS, you mash DVD and it'll copy everything to the VHS to the DVD, or it's called their quick copy. This one even plays off an SD card here, so it's really nice. Paid 15 bucks for it with the remote, which I found on the table. It's about $165 VCR, so it's very, very nice. At the second sale, I was wandering around this Cisco small business. I think this was, I ended up paying $5 for everything. So at most this was $5. It sells for $25. It's a new other. It is a SPA 122 Cisco router. So there's that. I can't remember the sticker that was on it, but she discounted everything because they were trying, just one day sale. They were trying to get rid of everything, and I was at the very end of it. So that was really the bulk of the estate sales. You know, I went late. I only buy certain things, and a lot of people tell you got to get in line. You can't make any money on the first day of an estate sale. Same thing as last week. There's plenty of money right there on the first day of an estate sale. I spent $15, $20, $26 and $28. So I spent right at $30 total, and there's $120, $145, almost $300 worth of junk laying right there. So that's pretty awesome. Come over here to look at the VCRs. If you guys remember this guy from Saturday, it was $10. This turns out to be a World VCR. It's funky because the whole screen pulls down and does all kinds of fun stuff. It also, whenever you press which these ones you have, it shows you which countries in the world actually use that system. I got $212 for that. I'll get it shipped out today. Actually, I can't ship it out because I didn't have a remote, and I ordered a remote, so I'm gonna send the guy a message telling him that the remote I'll get it shipped out just as soon as the remote gets here. The Sony here sold yesterday. It was $49.95 or whatever I had on it, plus $10 shipping. That thing is really light. They're easy to ship. I will go through shipping a VCR today. I'll record that as part of the video. People are kind of scared of larger things or whatever it is. There's not a lot to it, guys. The biggest key I found with these things is to phone's just going crazy. But the biggest key I found is have the right boxes. I measure the biggest VCR I've got, and I order 25 of those boxes. When I get down to 5 or 6, I order 25 more. So that way, when I'm selling VCRs, the hardest part is finding a box. So if you've got the correct box, that's half the game. Everybody's got bubble wrap, everybody's got all the other stuff, but the box is key. Save yourself a lot of time, a lot of grief. I buy 25 boxes. They might be $1 a box. It might be 25 bucks, and really in the grand scheme of things, I got $212 for a $10 VCR. What in the heck is a dollar box? So today I will go through that. It's actually what else have I got going on? That's it for yesterday. I hope you guys have at least make you change your mind about sorry, there's all this rain come out of the tree and I was wondering what it was, and a bird took off. At least open your minds to the possibility of these VCRs. You do have to test them. Sometimes they suck. If you ask Ronnie at Garage Flips, he'll tell you the same thing. They don't always work. You got to do more than power them on. You got to have some tapes here, which I just went to the thrift store down the street and bought a brand new tape, so I knew I had a good tape. I paid $1 for it. It's some video tape about penguins. So every time I'm testing the VHS, especially the last week, Jacob's been over there. I'm like, you ready to learn some more about penguins? Daddy, I'm tired of penguins. And I blank cassette and just hit the record function and record something on the TV to make sure it's recording. It's pretty simple. And a best practice is, if you don't make a video, which I'm not great at, take a picture of the VCR in front of the TV with it playing, so they can see that you've tested it and that it is working. I got one that I sold yesterday, not one of these, the one I shipped one out yesterday that I sold yesterday, some drop shipper, but he said, and the note he sent was, please make sure it is tested, because most people just power them on and that's it. I end up having to send about half of them back because I have issues with them not being fully tested, which is, oh, those are Cardinals. It's not my issue. I fully test them, so put them through their paces, because I don't want them to come back. I want, and it's not about a return. How do you prevent a return? Test it, sell it right, know it works. On a lot of items, some items I can't test, and I will note them that I don't test them. But test it fully, make sure it works, and then you can be very confident when you send it out that you've done everything that you're supposed to do, and you know that it works, and there won't be an issue with it not working. Alright, so today's video, look forward to how I ship a VCR. I know that's gonna be exciting stuff. You're sitting on the edge of your chairs. You can't list because the Bearded Pigger's gonna show you how to do a VCR. It's so complicated. See you this afternoon. So when I was watching the review of it, trying to make this video, I told you guys that I would tell you a story about the remote, and hell, I didn't tell you the story about the remote. This remote went with the Sony VCR that's going out today, that I'll show you shipping it today. It, I must have got to figure out how to stop saying when I listed the VCR, I always sell them with remotes, I always sell them with cables. I want the customer to be able to operate everything exactly correct, because most people have got these cables laying around, but the problem is, they don't have any idea where they go to. So it is much easier to sell a VCR if everything's there. And a lot of times, which I will do with, I don't have to do with the one that I bought yesterday because the manual was with it. But if I can find the manual online, I will list in the listing that I've got the manual on CD. I buy CDs. You'll find them at yard sales. You find big stacks. I think I found one a couple weeks ago, 100 for $5. I kept those CDs because I will I'll Google the model number and the word manual in it, and then download the PDF, burn it to the disc, and throw the disc in there with it. So they have the ability to look up if they have any issues, they have the manual, they can look it up. They have the remote, they have the cables, so they have everything they need to operate it. And I know that I've tested it, so that eliminates a lot of the issues that you have with the electronics, especially VCRs. But the funny thing that when I was looking up the list, I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to, because I bought this, I don't know, last year at a yard sale, and it's just sitting in the garage. And when I walked by it after I sold a couple VCRs, I'm like, man, that's a Sony. That sucker's gotta go. And so I brought it out here, tested it, and then I looked up the model number, looked up the remote, and I'm like, I've seen that remote. I think it's over there in the box of remotes. Sure enough, just from me picking up Sony remotes, I buy Sony remotes, Toshiba remotes, Samsung, Panasonic, and Magnavox from that Magnavox I sold the other day, because I know which remote it is that operates the MD220s or whatever they are. The dual machine Magnavoxes, which sell so good. I think I got $70 for that total. I'm like, man, I've got that damn remote. Sure enough, you can see I had that remote. So most time remotes are $1, 50 cents, quarter, especially the state sales. They're in a box. You take them up there and they'll go, and they'll just add $1 in or 50 cents, or they'll throw it in with something else and go, well, that's, I had her do that yesterday. I had 2 things and she's like, oh, how about just $1 for both of those? I'm like, how about $1 for both of those? Awesome. And so that's the story about the remote. Is, you know, if you're gonna sell electronics, you know, I think I've told you guys, I think I've got 35, oops, we'll set the camera down. I've got 35 or so at least VCRs and dual combos in storage, which I'll be getting out shortly because there's too much money to be laying over there. Now that I'm back, before when I had an office in Wilmington, I had a nice place I could do all this stuff. I had a warehouse behind the office, and then I went back to working in the house, and there's just selling Amazon, which was #1 at the time, and you know, I just put all the stuff in storage, so the heck with it. But now that I'm back out here with a large area where I can test things, store things, package up things, that kind of stuff, it is too easy to get these VCRs tested and knocked out. So you'll be seeing more and more as I show you when I'm shipping, you know, everything that I've sold. I'll make a big pile today and show you what I've sold. And I didn't do a very good job the other day of comparing Pirate Ship to the other one. I think I saved like $8 or $9 using Pirate Ship, but I had a lot of first class stuff, and first class stuff you only save the 1% because it's all the same price. But I'll try to note any big savings that I have on this time. But I just want to tell you I'm like, man, I did not tell them the story about the remote, and then here's another 5 minutes on the video. But it's if you're gonna do this, pick up the remotes. Even the remotes you can sell separate, because before I found this one, it's like $13. You know, most people go, well, you paid $1 there, Bearded Picker. What's 13 bucks? It weighs nothing. You throw it in something easy to ship, and you make $7, $8, $9. You pay for most of your gas at yard sales. And you take a couple pictures. You take a picture of the front, take a picture of the back. Make sure you get the model number in, because you don't even have to know what it goes to. Just put the model number there. People are searching for the remote by the model number. Then check the battery case, battery compartment. Take a picture of it. Show that there's no corrosion, or if there is corrosion, clean it out with some alcohol, vinegar, or whatever it is to take that stuff out. And you know, so you pick up 5 or 6 of them. How much space do they take up? They take up no space. You sell one every now and then. You know, it's paying. That's all they're paying for gas. $8, $9 gas. So just something really easy that most people walk by. They're usually laying on a table because nobody has any idea what they go to. You know, people look at them and go, I don't have anything that fits. So somebody's looking for it. It's your job to find it for them. All right. This really is the end. Do the YouTube stuff. I appreciate you watching. The insanity that it is, the Bearded Picker.